We're just on our way over to Morecambe Bay to get our first batch of 50,000 native oysters from a hatchery over on Walney Island. These oyster seed are up to a year old. They're between 12 and 15 millimetres in shell length. They've all been bred within the hatchery and reared in these saltwater ponds. We're back on the road now. We're just working our way back over to Spurn Point. Probably a 4-hour or so journey, but a nice quick one with the oysters in just nice chilled polystyrene boxes. And then we've got a few hours of biosecurity protocols to go through. And yeah, then probably a week of quarantine. Biosecurity is a sequence of processes that we are following to prevent the spread of invasive plants, animals and diseases. We are at a very, very low risk for the simple fact that these are hatchery-born oysters. They have none of the invasive non-native species that we are concerned about and none of the diseases that we're concerned about. But low risk doesn't mean no risk, so we're still going to go through the entire biosecurity and quarantine process. Get enough in your hand so that you can easily see each one. Basically, we need to be checking these to make sure there's nothing on them that we don't want to be introducing. What everyone's doing behind me at the moment is they are scrubbing each oyster to make sure that we haven't brought anything in that might be detrimental to the local area. We have a different seaweed composition to the west coast of the UK, so we just need to make sure that we don't bring any of the seaweeds that aren't native to here and any other particularly nasty invasive species. Once we've got a significant amount, we're going to go into the next stage, which is the freshwater and chlorine dip. That takes care of the outside of the oysters. However, inside each of these oysters is a little bit of water from the hatchery pond. To make sure we don't accidentally introduce any waterborne diseases to the Humber, these oysters will be put into UV treated vats of water. As the oysters expel water from within their shell, it will pass through the UV steriliser and eliminate any waterborne contaminants. The juvenile oysters have finished the biosecurity protocols. They've had their time in quarantine where they've been treated with UV sterilised water. We're just going through them now, just making sure that we're redistributing them to the right stocking density within the compartmentalised boxes. We'll then be taking them down to the oyster site where they'll be going on the trestles with the rest of the oysters that we have. So we're going to drive down onto the beach. The trestles are just about exposed now, so we can get down there with the truck. Once we do that, we can get the boxes unloaded really nice and quick. I'll be back well before it hits the low tide mark. The oysters are on the trestles at the bottom of the intertidal range. We came off the beach just as the tide started to turn, so we got back plenty of time, nice and safely. I'll be back probably every 4 weeks or so to check on the oysters, make sure they're doing all right and see what growth they're getting over the coming season.